Well, hi there, pluckers. Ivor Fingers back with you again for hopefully another interesting lesson. This is my single guitar arrangement of another James Bond movie theme. This one's Thunderball, as done by Tom Jones. Okay, so hopefully you've seen my playthrough I did a few days ago, and this is hopefully going to make sense to you. I'm going to show exactly everything I played in that playthrough. Okay, so we're in standard tuning, no capos for this one, and I'm doing it in the key of A flat minor, which is what Tom Jones has done it for the last few years in. Whenever he does a live version of this song, it's in A flat minor. The song itself, when it was recorded in B flat minor, but this is more representative of how he does it these days. Okay, so lots of bar chords in this song. I'll try and give you some alternatives. Okay, so let's get to it. So starting off with the intro, little riff which goes all the way through the song basically. Okay, it's this. So what am I doing there? 4th fret of the bottom E string, 2nd fret of the 5th string, 4th fret of the 4th string to 3rd fret of the 4th string, bit of a pause, and then go 2nd fret of the 4th string, 1st fret of the 4th string. Okay, so got that? So you do 2 lots of that, and that's your intro. Then we're going off into the verse. Okay, now the first chord is an A flat minor. Okay, so I'm playing a 4th fret bar, the 1st finger, and then 3rd finger and pinky are playing the 6th fret of the 5th string and the 4th string, the A string and the D string. Okay, second chord is a D flat minor. So again, I've got bar on the 4th fret, but this minor shape. Okay, 2nd finger's playing the 5th fret of the 2nd, and the 3rd finger and pinky are playing the 6th fret of the 4th and 3rd strings. Now, if you can't play bar chords, or you don't like bar chords, the alternative for the A flat minor is that. Okay, so you just basically bar the first 3 strings on the 4th fret with the 1st finger, and the 3rd finger and pinky play the 6th fret of the 5th string and the 4th string. Okay, 5 downwards, don't play the bottom E. And the D flat minor is the alternative, is that. So 4th fret top E string, 1st finger, 2nd string, 5th fret, 2nd finger, and then the 3rd finger and pinky are playing the 6th fret of the 4th and 3rd strings. 4 downwards, don't play the 5th or the 6th string. So you got that or that. Okay? So let's first line then, it's like, he always runs while others, and then you go into the riff again. Right? So again, he always runs while others walk. Or a simpler version, he always runs while others walk. Right, next line is an A major. Bit strange, but it's an A major. Okay, he acts to an E flat 7th while other men just, and then the riff again, talk. Now, obviously I'm playing an A major as a bar chord on the 5th fret, major shape, but you could just play a straightforward A open chord if you wanted to, 5 downwards, alternative for that. Okay, the next chord on the second line is an E flat 7. Now I'm playing it like this. This is what I would call an inside chord, because I'm only playing the 5th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings, the inside 4 strings. So what it is, basically, if you can play a C chord and put your pinky on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, that becomes a C7. Okay? What you need to do is get that shape and move it up 3 frets. 1, 2, 3. Keeping your fingers in the same relative position. Okay, so C7, up 1, 2, 3. This first finger is now on the 4th fret of the 2nd string. Okay, and what you do is when you've got this shape, generally speaking, this first finger leans over the top E string, and you'll find hopefully it's muted because you don't want to hear the top E string. Okay, if it's not, then try lead that finger over the top E string so the back of it is muting the top E string. And what I do is my thumb is coming over the top of the neck and just resting on the bottom E string, muting the bottom E string. So when you strike the chord, you're only hearing 5, 4, 3 and 2. E flat 7. Okay, so that's that second line. So you've got A, acts like E flat 7th, other men just, then you play the riff again. Talk. Okay, so if you did the simple A, it would be that. He acts while other men just talk. Okay, so there's your first 2 lines. Then we go to the line 3. He looks at this world and wants it all. That's that D flat 7 again, whichever you're doing, that one or that one. Okay, he looks at this, back to E flat 7 again, world and wants it all. Then we've got this little James Bond bit. That bit. So that's C minor. It's exactly the same shape as the D flat minor, but down 1. 3rd fret top E string, 1st finger, 4th fret 2nd string, 5th fret 4th and 3rd string, 4 downwards. An A flat major on the 4th fret, simple F shape chord but on the 4th fret, bar in the top 2 strings, 4th fret, 2nd finger's playing the 5th fret on the 3rd, and my 3rd finger's playing the 6th on the 4th. 4 downwards again, so it's, and the 3rd chord is, I'm going to call this an F7. It's only the top 3 strings on this one. 1st finger's playing the 4th fret of the 2nd string, B string. 2nd finger's playing the 5th fret of the 3rd, and the 3rd finger's playing the 5th fret of the top E. Just those 3 strings, top 3 strings only. And then back to the A flat chord again. So it's C minor, C minor, A flat, my partial F7, and back to the A flat. Okay, and that's your 3rd line. So right from the beginning. He always runs while others walk. He acts while other men just talk. He looks at this world and wants it all. Final line is the D flat minor again, so he strikes like Thunderball. So it's C, that's that D flat minor. Then we go to a B flat 7. Again, that's a 6th fret major shape chord, bar, pinky off. It gives you a B flat 7. And then that E flat 7 again. So you strum that like, and then you do this for the final chord. This is an E flat augmented. Okay, so from the E flat 7, all you do is you take your pinky off, leave these 2nd finger and 3rd finger where they are. So you just take your pinky away, and this 1st finger bars the 4th fret of the 3rd string and the 2nd string, like that, okay, and you just arpeggiate from 5 down to 2. Okay, that's your E flat augmented. Okay, and that's the end of the first verse. Okay, so right from the beginning, slowly. He always runs while others walk. He acts while other men just talk. He looks at this world and wants it all. He strikes like Thunderball. Okay, and then we're into the second verse. Second verse plays exactly the same apart from the very last line. So he knows what the meaning of success. He needs more, so he gives less. They call him the winner who takes it all. And he strikes like Thunderball. So basically it's exactly the same apart from the end line. He strikes like Thunderball. It misses out the B flat 7th. On the first one you go C, D flat minor, B flat 7th to E flat 7th. This one is D flat minor to E flat 7th back to A flat minor. So it's he strikes like Thunderball. Okay, that's your first 2 verses. Okay, now when we get to this bit, we're about to go into the bridge section, and 2 ways you can go into this. You can either come out of that second verse and go strikes like Thunderball. And then you would go into the D flat minor, any to an F sharp minor, woman he wants to get, and then back up to the A flat minor. Okay. Now what I did on my playthrough was we came out of that second verse and it goes strikes like Thunderball. Little bit of a fill in there. Alright. What I'm doing there is I'm sliding up from on the 3rd string from the 6th to the 8th fret, then playing the 7th fret at the top E. Right? Then we play this, which is the 6th fret of the 3rd and the 6th fret of the top E string. And then we play the 4th fret of the 3rd and the top E. So that just moves down 2 frets. So it's then we go into the C sharp minor. Any woman. Okay, so coming out of that second verse where it goes and he strikes like Thunderball. Any woman, and there's C, that D flat minor, any, which is that one or that one, right? Any to an F sharp minor, woman he wants, he'll up to A flat minor, get, and then A major. You can play A major there if you like, whichever. Okay, so strikes like Thunderball. Any woman he wants, he'll get. He will sharp minor again, break any E flat 7th, heart without re, A flat minor, grad. Sorry, A flat major, not minor. That's a bit different the way I've done the arrangement. So you come out of that, let's do it again, coming out of the second verse, and he strikes like thunderball. Any woman he wants you'll get, he will break any heart without regret. It's an A flat major, not minor. Okay, and what you do there is when it comes out of that, that last line comes up, really break E flat 7th, any heart without A flat major, regret, and then 2 strikes, downstrokes on the C, I keep calling it C, D flat minor, right, so that's, and then two hits on an E flat 7th. So that whole middle section is slowly, any woman he wants he'll get, he will break any heart without regret. Okay, got the idea. Then we go into the final verse, which is basically much the same as all the other verses. His days of asking are all gone, his fight goes on and on and on, but he thinks that the fight is worth it all. So he strikes like thunderball. So basically that's the same as the second verse. Well, the last line is there's no B flat 7th there. And then we play the riff again, the same as usual. Thunderball, thunderball. And we finish on this A flat minor 9. It's an A flat minor, bowing the top 3 strings, 4th fret, 6th fret of the 4th string, and your pinky is on the top E string on the 6th fret, 4 downwards. James Bondy type thing, okay? Well, I hope that made sense to you. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.